Hello everyone, I'm Tuco and welcome back to another episode of the Structure Showcase series. In today's episode, we'll be taking a look into the Isengard Faction. Now, the Isengard Faction is bordering the Rohirrim to the north west, or just directly to the west. And the first structure that they have is the Urik, or just the orc tent. Now this tent is made of wool. It can be made of brown, gray, or black wool. Good source if you're starting early on in the game and for some reason you happen to spawn down there, and is a good source for making a bed if you need a real quick one. And in here you'll find yourself a chest filled with, again, some pretty meh items, but if you're just starting off, they can be a helpful boost. And of course the floors look absolutely amazing. I love the rough look of the gravel and cobblestone and grass. I really think that looks great. And then of course the charred pole here looks amazing, again with the torches, the orc torches. Look absolutely wonderful with that nice orange glow and the green wrapping around it. Looks amazing. Anyway, the next structure we'll take a look at is this ruined tower, or this charred tower. Now, as you can see here, this looks a lot like the Rohirrim towers that I showcased last time, and as a matter of fact, it is. This is the same tower, except it's been destroyed, and all the blocks have been changed into charred blocks because the Uriks obviously burned it. And that's always nice to see them scattered around the Isengard's like the borderlands between Isengard and Rohan. It just adds a lot more detail and a lot more interest into the world, which is nice. And then we come to the Orc Forge, which is made completely out of the Urik bricks. You have brick wall and then these bricks here. Now, I don't know why you'd have it looking kind of like a tent. I mean, I guess, but I think it would have been better if they went with a different looking structure, maybe just like a little kind of, I don't know, like a circle in a way with like some things overhanging. I don't know. But I just think the tent doesn't look too good for like an orc forge. But anyway, in here you can find yourself an orc forge, and honestly, I really do like the design of the orc forge. It looks really cool. A lot better than just the normal furnace from Minecraft, I think. Anyway, the next structure that Isengard has is the Warg Pit. Now this is always a fun structure to find out in the wilds, because in it, if you are an Isengard player, you can find yourself a bunch of wargs that you can tame if you have plus 50 Isengard alignment. But if you're not, and you're a good guy, you can just stand up here with the bow and arrow, shoot them all down, or if you don't have any arrows, you can obviously come down here and use pikes. And they'll all just run up here and you can easily kill them. And of course, there's also a chest filled with, again, pretty meh items. And then, of course, you have your torches along here, lighting them up, which is quite nice. But, of course, the center is going to be very dark here. There's no light coming there. Anyway, the last structure that Isengard has, because Isengard has a very small amount of structures, just kind of the tents and then that forge, really. Or not the forge, the pit. Anyway, in this orc camp, you just have the tents. Usually there is an orc forge, but this one happened to spawn without one. But in it, you'll find the same chests with different items. Again, not the greatest items. But you'll also find, if you are an Isengard player, you will find the Urik trader who can trade the money for units. And there's also an Urik crafting table, which is always very nice to find in the wilds. And again, there is a farm here for all the Urik's needs, well, except for maggoty bread. And there are also skulls dotting around the area because, well, yeah, the Uriks are quite vicious. And there's also another structure that can be found in the Isengard's lands and also the borderlands. It's like a pile of refuse, or a pile of remain. It's called like a remain block, and it looks like there are bones in it and whatnot. And then you can also find it with skulls on it and on fire, as if they just basically burned a whole bunch of bodies, if you will. And so that is all for Isengard structures. Again, not too many structures for Isengard, but usually you can find quite a few of those camps dotted around the area. And they're usually pretty easy to spot too, especially at night. You can see all the lights glowing up. But anyway, guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please leave a like, because that does show me that you guys do enjoy this series. And for me to continue doing this series. Anyway, God bless, and I'll see you all next time.